Hello everyone! This video is a little Twitch highlight in which I give my opinion on the announcement of the Classic Realms and what I'm looking forward to and the questions that I have. Now I know that everybody and their mother have already made a video about this, but since it's still one of the most asked questions so far, I figure why not, let's upload this highlight and just get it out there. Hope you'll enjoy, and until next time guys, see ya! Hello people on YouTube by the way, somebody in chat just asked me my thoughts on the whole Classic Realms situation. The announcement, what did I think about and all that. And I figured why not make a little YouTube video out of it while we're at it. I think I've seen a couple of them pop up on YouTube already. But hey, I might as well put in my thoughts, right? I don't know if I still have it on recording. But if I do, I'll be sure to drop like my initial reaction after this video. What do I think about Classic Realms? I am happy that they have announced it for those that really want it. But I kind of wonder, considering all the interviews that they've done, how far they are actually in development, because pretty much any question that they asked was pretty much like, we don't know yet, we'll see when the time is right. So I've heard like 2 years away until it drops. But yeah, at least they've done the announcements, and like I said, I'm very happy for those that are going to enjoy it. But what I find is a curious development is, as soon as it was launched, on the forums we got all these topics with, if they're gonna do Classic, I would like them to add transmog, I would like them to add auto-looting, I would like them to add LFR, or looking for dungeon, or summon stones, the ones that actually summon your people to the group. Or I would like them to optimize flight paths and all that. And for me, if you're gonna do Classic, you gotta do Classic. Warts and all, somebody described it. You want a Classic, you're gonna get Classic. No quality of life improvement needed. Classic is Classic, and you want to experience it the way that it was, right? You don't want it to be Classic Plus. You don't want it to be the game that it is today. You want Classic. Including flying for 20 minutes to get anywhere. Including weird-ass fly paths that don't work, and sitting in town to get a group together, and flying to Dire Mall, and then having one person drop out of your group, so you had to go back and form a group again. And then only to go back and somebody be like, oh, dinner time, gotta go now, and you're like 2 hours wasted and you done absolutely nothing. No, you want Classic, you want that experience. But that's me. I'm sure there are people out there that are like, no, I would like these adjustments and that adjustments, but to me, like, where do you draw the line, right? If you're gonna give one adjustment, then when is gonna be the next? Like I said, there's a lot of things that are up in the air that I couldn't find information for. The question, are people going to pay extra for it? Are they going to offer it for free? Or is it going to be included in the current sub? I'm going to imagine that it's going to be included in the current sub. But it does mean that those are currently playing on a private realm and are not subscribed, that they would have to fork over some money in order to get into the Classic servers. So that's a thing. And my prediction is that Classic is going to be extremely popular at the start. Like, extremely popular. A lot of people are going to be like, ooh, Classic, let me try that out. And then they're going to realize, like, this is Classic? I mean, I just spent a month of my life, and I'm nowhere near level 20. So that's my prediction. It's going to be extremely popular at the start. A lot of people are going to drop off, and then you're going to end up with that core player base that are really going to enjoy the Classic experience. All the power to them. I hope they're going to have an amazing time. For me, will I be playing Classic or not? I'm very excited about things. Like, when I think back to Classic, there's one questline that always stands out for me, which is the Epic Hunter Bow questline. And I would love to do a video on it, and I'm very salty that it's actually been removed from the game. And that is one of the things that I'm very excited about. But then I started thinking, like, what exactly did I need in order to get that questline done? Well, first of all, I need to reach max level. I would have to get enough gear to get into a multi-core team. There would have to be a multi-core team with 39 other people devoted to go into multi-core. I would have to do reputation in order to get the water, in order to summon Major Domo. I would have to do the second boss with different hunters as well, in order to get the Tranquilizer book. Then we had to go to Major Domo, and then I would have to be lucky enough to get the Leaf questline, and that's only getting the questline itself. Then we would end up in doing the 4 demons, with one of them a Winter Spring, that despawns as soon as anybody else touches it. So you'll be running around a Winter Spring and doing your little macros, spamming people like, leave my demon alone! So I wonder if I still have the time for it. And isn't that what your stream is for? True, definitely true. But at the same time, I still need to make like YouTube videos and all that, right? And like I said, for some people, that massive journey ahead of them is something that they are really looking forward to. For me, I don't know. And I'm going to let time decide. I'm going to see what it's actually like. Like I said, it's going to be like 2 years until we get there. Nick's team also invited me to join him. And I believe that's on the Horde side. Like, during Classic, I played Alliance only. So, that would be a very interesting development. I wonder what it's like to be raiding with Shamans. And of course, all the quest lines to be removed by now. The original Deadmines quest, the original Druid Travel Form quest, or the Seal Form even. Battle at Darrowshire. Like those quests, Tyrion losing his son, like those quests are no longer available. And there are definitely quests that I'm interested in seeing in Classic. So at least for that part, I'll be poking around. And the higher end stuff, like Multicore and Naxxramas, of AQ and Naxxramas, and I believe Zul'Gurub. Like all that stuff, I'll leave that up in the air. But again, I'm just super excited for those that really, really want that experience that Blizzard just never delivered to them. And I'm very excited that they finally get what they've been hoping for. And like I said, I hope that if they're going to do Classic, that will be the core experience. Like it was, rather than quality of life improvements. Because again, where do you draw the line? It's not the reason why we're asking for Classic right now, because we have all these quality of life improvements. So chat, is there anything you would like me to talk about when it comes to Classic Realms, or will this do? I am definitely curious to see it again. I wonder if the memories that I have in mind are going to play out like that. And I'm very curious about... Like, there are people out there that never got a chance to experience Classic. And I wonder, after hearing all these stories from other people, I wonder how they're going to respond to it. And I honestly think it's going to be a rude wake-up call. Don't get me wrong, I loved Classic for its day. And it was a very good game for its day. But I don't think that the game itself made me love Classic the way I still remember it today. For me, it was the people that I met along the way. Names that I still remember now. Realms that I still remember now. Remembering who you played with. Remembering a Warlock that pissed off the Alliance so much that he had to move over to the Horde side. Level up a completely new character. And then whenever we saw him in Alterac Valley... you know, everybody would gank the crap out of him. That was brilliant. Or just chilling with an alt in UBRS because you've done the Ring questline. And then somebody would ask, like, can anybody open up the door for me? Or door for us, even. And you'd be like, yeah, sure. Invite me. I'll open up the door for you. No problemo. Like, stuff like that, that you remember the people that you played with. Despite being absolute garbage at the game. And I fear that that experience... you will never be able to recapture. Part of that is because the player base has changed. There are so many people familiar, not only with Classic, but of course WoW in general, which was back in the day was not the case. Sure, you had the occasional troll that if you asked how to feed your pet, or how to make your pet happy even, that they would tell you, oh, just target your pet and type in /pet and it will become happy. And that you actually stand there for like 5 minutes trying. Like, you had those people, but most of all, you had people that were willing to help each other out and answer questions. Because nobody really knew what was going on either, and you know, there was a sense of community there. And these days, just ask a question and you'll get your head bitten off. At least in my experience, that's the case. That's not to say that everybody is, of course, dog shit right now. But there was more of a reason to be kind to each other because you needed each other. Then, of course, there are outside sources. Like, we had Thoughtbot, I think, and there was this ancient old chat channel that people used. I don't know, I think it was IRC or something like that. It was very weird, with different chat channels where you communicated with each other. But now you have websites like Wowhead and MMO Champion. You have YouTube channels that are going to explain to you in detail what spec is best for you, what rotation is best for you, what team compositions are best for you. We didn't have that crap back then. Nothing was like that. Like, you were lucky if people in the realm were going to explain that stuff to you, because otherwise you would have no idea. So that is something that's simply lost by time and will never be able to recapture. So at the end of the day, you're going to end up with the core game, I guess, which some will really enjoy. But I really wonder. I really wonder how people are going to receive it. Especially the reaction that they had when we had the multi-core time walking, where people were like, "Huh, we can't pull the entire raid and we die. Please nerf." And it actually got nerfed, and I'm like, it's time. It was the way it was. You can't pull an entire raid. Come on. But yeah, very excited to find out. Very excited. I wonder what's gonna be like. Again, I think it's the people that's gonna make it happen. It's the people that are gonna come together, that are gonna form tight groups, and they are going to make the experience hopefully fun for people. Definitely. So yeah, that's my take on the Classic Realms. I think we'll upload this one to the YouTubes. That would be a good idea for tonight. Vanilla ice cream? No way. No way. No.
That you can't go home again, but they lacked vision. And a temporal discombobulator.
Are we seriously getting legacy servers? Gonna laugh my ass off if they're just like scenarios where Chromie is like, here, enjoy old world. Oh, little dwarfling, you got me into the game. Interesting. World of Warcraft Classic. Alright. Oh, that was me. There we go.
Fans of World of Warcraft around the world, we hear you.
No way. Wow! They're actually going for Classic Realms!